Over here sitting in the corner is my Yamaha 40 horsepower two-stroke that I picked up on Facebook Marketplace for 900 bucks. I brought it back from the dead the other day, but it's still a little bit rough. And over here in the back of the truck is a Yamaha 50 horsepower two-stroke that I bought on Facebook Marketplace the other day for 900 bucks. This one should not be rough. But first things first, I gotta get her out of here. Ugh. Ugh. There you go. Nothing like a good old two-stroker on a Tuesday afternoon, huh? Just to be safe, I'm gonna put this one off somewhere so I can use the old yellow cherry picker to get that out of the back of the truck. Save my back a little bit. I ended up just resting it over here on the jack plate. This one does have a jack plate. I got this one for 900 bucks via negotiation, but this one over here, I didn't negotiate at all because I figured it was just a good deal already. 900 bucks. Let's take a look at it, how it sits right now, because I'm gonna have to take the cowling off to pick it up with the cherry picker. So we're not gonna see it in this form for a few hours, probably, but dang, she looks good. Everything on here is very nice. The Yamaha 50, for some reason, is a very, very, very desirable motor, more so than the 40 horse over there. So this one's a way better deal, and I'm very excited about it. So one more look over. Nothing too crazy going on for the year. I'm excited to pop the cowling off and look underneath. I've actually not seen underneath at all before. So that's crazy. This one also came with controls, everything you need to get this thing going. A further visual inspection, this could probably be replaced. And also down here, we got a big dent. I don't know if this was there before I put it in the back of the truck or if this happened from how I put it in the back of the truck the other day. I have no idea, but it's not a huge deal. Let's see if we can pop this cowling off. Yeah, there is a power head under there. That's good. They said that this is a turnkey motor. The compression was all good. They even offered to start it up for me, but I said for 900 bucks, I'm not asking any questions. Little leaky down here. Looks like we got some oil coming out of the reservoir. We'll see about that. Everything else though, looks pretty good. Let's lift her up. Here goes nothing. There we go. Couple extra pumps. There we go. She's free hanging now, son. Move her out the way. She's hanging more at eye level now, so we can do our visual inspection before we start wrenching on this thing. A little oily out here, but nothing a wipe down can't fix. Plugs and wires. Look, I'm just looking for anything jumping out at me at the moment. Everything looks pretty good though. Carbs look all right. Everything is there. Nice. Little wet over here. But this was sitting out in the back of my truck getting rained on for the past couple of days, so who knows. Everything looks pretty good. All the paint here looks pretty good. This just looks like a good used motor. Usually if people are wrenching on these things, all the paint is off of the bolts and whatever, so this one looks pretty good. Let me know if you see anything jumping out at you, but I think I'm ready to just jump right into this. This is all of that oil. I'm gonna have to give all this stuff a good pressure wash soon, but cowling took a little bit of damage on the way home, but nothing too crazy. Just set that over there for now. Save her from any more scratches. Alrighty. We got the fresh water port. That's nice. Bingo. So far, I'm stoked. Like I said, I only paid 900 bucks for this. So even as it sits right now, we are clearing the 900 mark as far as just the parts that are here. Starter, the carbs, lower unit is a pretty penny. This hydrofoil is something. See if we can get some more top end speed with that bad boy. All the controls over here, that's money. Everything over here, if we parted this thing out right now without ever even starting it, we'd be in a good spot financially. That's why, dude, 900 bucks, I didn't even think to negotiate. A little red up here, okay. I say, what do you say that we skip compression test? We skip this, we skip that. What if we just hook this thing up to a battery, put some fuel to it, and turn the key? And water, of course. Hook some water up to it. And then just turn the key. What do you think? Running in to my first issue here. On the way home, I picked up a fuel connector from Walmart for Yamaha. It almost seems like it fits, but it just doesn't go on easily. I kind of have to force it on there, and I don't want to have to force anything. So instead of going to Walmart, I'm going to cruise over to West Marine. These are the only ones they had at Walmart, 3/8. I'm just assuming that these are probably for smaller Yamaha outboards. No big deal, just a quick trip to West Marine, pick up a Yamaha connector, and then I'll meet you back over here. Well, son, I drove all the way there before I realized that the 3/8 was referencing the barb that the hose hooks up to, not the connector. I guess the connectors are the same, so maybe I do need to just put a little more backbone into trying to connect the connector. So I'm headed back to the shop right now. Hopefully we can just make do with the connectors that we have. Just made it back to the shop, and I forgot to say what's going on, fellas. Welcome back to another beautiful day over here at Skiffland. I have everything pretty much ready to go. The battery's ready. I just have to turn the water on, and the last piece of the puzzle is this fuel connection. Hopefully I can just shove it on there and it'll click into place. That would be music to my ears. There is no oil in this reservoir, so I just went ahead and pre-mixed some 50-to-1 fuel over here. That used to be my hospital tank that had a bunch of seafoam in it, but I got rid of the seafoam fuel and I just filled that back up with ethanol free, and I put 50-to-1 oil in there. So I think we should be good, just completely bypassing the oil reservoir on the motor. So I mean, crossing my fingers. For no reason this motor shouldn't just fire right up and run perfectly. It's been sitting, so there might need to be a carb clean in there somewhere, but they said that compression was good. They said that they could fire it up for me. I just elected to not go through that. So I'm hoping for the best here. I'm hoping we struck gold a little bit, because 900 bucks for this thing, if it just fires right up, that would be a stealio of a dealio. Let's do it. Something is telling me that I will be able to just shove this on. This is the connection that I was using on the 40 horse. It should be the same. I guess I do get a better... Yeah, she clicked into place real good right there. Give her a prime. Carbs filling up, sounds good. Oh yeah. See, this feels so much better. Fuel filter seems to be leaking just a little bit. Let me get you in there. Fuel filter is in a terrible position over here, but you can see as I prime the bulb, she's leaking pretty good. That's a bummer. I don't believe it will affect startup too much, so we might still swing for the fences real quick and then just put that on the list of parts we would need to replace. It might just need a tighten. I can't really tell. That one is way more tucked in there as opposed to the 40 horse. It was kind of just out in our face. This one looks like it'd be a bugger to get out. Not too bad actually, but all right. It's definitely not tight because of this leak over here. But goodness, what do you think? Should I just go ahead and yank her out of there and see what we can do? How about this? Let's try to fire it up. And if she fires up, that's fantastic. And if she doesn't fire up, we know why. How about that? Without that bulb getting tight, I don't even know if fuel is reaching the carburetors. So I don't know, but we're gonna try. See if we can get out of here with not having to do too much to it. Although I can't tell if it's gonna be easy or not to get that fuel filter off. It just seems a little annoying, like I'm gonna bang up my knuckles a little bit. So it would be nice that if this thing just fires up without that. Okay, battery cable just soaking wet. That cannot be safe. Dry her up a little bit. I just have my negative to the top of the starter block area, and then my positive is just going straight to the positive portion of the starter, just to put juice straight to that starter. Throttle, are we in neutral? We are in neutral. I would say we're good to go. If she does fire up, we're looking for a few things. One being that she starts to pee. That is a huge thing that we need from her. So I always get nervous at this point right here because this is either going to be a good day or a bad day. But let's see. Power straight to the starter. 3, 2, 1. Nothing, amigos. Hold on now. Okay. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to spray some starting fluid in this carb. Go straight to the carb. If it fires up, if it gives us a puff, then we know for a fact that it's the leak in the fuel filter, and we'll have to address that immediately, even if we have to bypass it. If I spray starting fluid in there and we don't get a crank, then we're gonna have to go a different direction. It should go without saying, but I'll say it anyway. Never, ever, ever use just regular starting fluid in your 2-stroke motor. There's no lubrication in it. I'm just doing this because this is all I have. I don't have any mixed fuel to spray in there. And it gives me a lot of nice crackles and pops when it starts up. It makes me feel alive. That was even too much. You shouldn't use it at all, and I used too much. So now we get to see if she's gonna crackle and pop and wake up a little bit. If she does, then obviously it is that fuel filter leak. Where was I? Oh. Okay, now we know that we're not getting any fuel to those carburetors, so let's pop off that fuel filter. This fuel filter's in a really stubborn spot, so I got my 12 and I got some needle nose pliers over here to hopefully help me out, not lose anything. But it's honestly looking like, well, I might actually be able to get it out. I thought I was gonna have to take this oil reservoir off, but I think we might be able to take this nut off and then pull her out. But it's gonna be tight though. Ugh. I don't want to lose the nut in there. If you can see, that's the nut that I need to get off, and it's kind of just too close. I can push it down, but when I push it down, it's gonna be real. Oh, I'm about to drop it. I have to grab the needle nose. Give me a second. Oh my goodness, it just fell back there. Hold on, there it is. It's just resting right there. I need absolute silence. Bingo. I'll rest you right there on that hydrofoil. I just still don't see. There we go. All right. I'm gonna have to do some mangoing, but let me get this out of there. Ugh. Okay. Ow. She's out of there. Oh, she's definitely loosey-goosey. Dude, what if that's all it is? She was just loose. Maybe somebody was checking her out before I got there. Let's see if we give her a pump. Oh, it's actually, oh, she's cracked right here. Well, dang, son. The housing is cracked. Spewing right out the top. Wonder how that happened. Maybe somebody was tightening down that bolt, over tightened it, just cracked it right up. That sucks. Okay, so bummer. I'm gonna have to bypass it, just go straight to the carbs. Yikes, this is exactly what I had to do with the Yamaha 40 over there. So that's a string of unfortunate events, I would say. But whatever we got to do it fast to get some lubrication in there. Seeing how we just shot her with some starting fluid. I just ordered a new housing for that 40 too. Now I have to get another one. Bummer. I'm gonna take off the line from the fuel filter. I'm gonna connect it directly to my fuel line. I just need to go to Walmart and get a barb thing connector to connect these two lines together. And then I think we should be ready to fire it up. Let me tell you, I live in Florida for a reason, brother. I wake up and I throw my flip-flops on and I leave the house and I just figure it out as the day goes on. I keep a hoodie in the truck just in case. As you can see, I have thrown that hoodie on. I was out there working on the motor. It was warm all day, and then all of a sudden I got smacked in the back of the head with a cold front. Now I wish I had some hot chocolate. Cruising to Walmart. I'm pretty sure they have these barb fittings that I'm looking for over in their fishing section. I'll get back to the shop and hope for the best. But a little chilly out of nowhere, man. I might have to throw some socks on under the flip-flops. Hey, clocking back in. This is what I got. A hose mender. It was like $5 at Walmart. All I'm praying for here is that these hose fittings don't bail out on me. Whoa, where did our fuel line go? Lost it completely. Where you at in there? Oh, okay. Let's go ahead and take this little connection off. Come on, get out of there. I'm gonna tinker with this for a little bit, and then when it's all good, dude, when it's all ready to fire up, I'll come grab you again, bring you back for the fun stuff. Okay, I'm back. It actually took me quite a bit of time and heat. I had to heat up some of these fuel lines in here because I don't want to touch it at all because it's so fragile. The fuel line that was going from this housing to the fuel pump was so brittle that I got the barb in here to the fuel line that leaves this housing and goes straight to the fuel pump. But when I went to squeeze it to see if we were getting pressure, I realized that the line that went to the fuel pump broke. It broke at the end, so I had to squeeze in there and do some surgery in here. It's actually harder than it looks to get in there and do any type of work. I should have just taken the time and took this reservoir off. It would have made things a lot easier under there, but I kept having to heat things up and loosen up these fuel lines to make something happen. But at the end of the day, we are good to go, and I'm squeezing it. and we are getting fuel to the carbs. So I think, fingers crossed, I think we're good to fire it up. I think. Water is on. Let me put this over here so I don't lose it. Fuel primed, nice and tight. I have my pliers over here so I can yank the spark plugs out to shut her down when I need to. Brother, I think we're good to go. I think. At this point, I really hope she fires up now because we ran out of daylight. So I'm hoping for the best. Here goes nothing, huh? Fuel is primed. Let's see what she's got. Oh no, you know? Oh no. I thought we were just gonna have a runner off the bat. Let me see what's going on with this fuel. The fuel was nice and tight, brother. I really don't know what to tell you. We should be getting something. Fuel is getting to the carbs 100%. So, I don't know. Let's just keep trying. Maybe she just needs to wake up a little bit. At this point, I don't know. I do not know what to tell you. Let's keep trying. Well, that was odd. I just touched a spark plug and she's loosey-goosey. They're all loosey-goosey. Maybe when they were doing a compression test the last time, maybe they left them quite loose. I'm hoping for the best. Really was finger tight in there. I guess I'll check her out. Pretty wet. Smells like fuel. Yeah, let me, I'm gonna dry these off, put them back in, tighten them up, and then, cause they're all loose. So maybe there was some type of big combustion leak of some sort. I don't know. Down to the last plug. It almost seems like somebody checked this motor out before me and they probably checked that fuel filter and compression and just kind of did a really loose job putting everything back together because they didn't care about it because they weren't going to buy it for whatever reason. She's on there now, boys. She's on there now. Fuel still nice and tight. Let's give her another spin. I'll tell you one thing, wearing flip-flops is super annoying whenever it's cold outside and this water is just pouring on your feet. I will say we definitely do have spark because it fired up off of the starting fluid. So there is spark here, so I don't know what's going on. It could be another fuel pump issue, but I heard fuel going straight to the carbs. It went past the fuel pump. So, I mean, I don't know. Weird things are happening right now. I'm going for it again. 3, 2, 1, let's go. We were getting a little something. Did you hear that? We were getting a little something, something. Hold on now. Ooh, yes sir, yes sir. Wake up, girl. Wake up, girl. Come on. Come on. Ooh, we're close, we're close. Ooh, okay, we're close. Maybe she needs a little bit of help. Maybe we can help her with some starting fluid and then she'll pick up the slack herself. I did just douse her with my last few drops of starting fluid. It's probably for the best that I ran out. I shouldn't be using starting fluid on this motor at all. But hopefully it wakes her up enough and then we can just keep it going over here. I'm still hoping for the best, man. A little more that time. A little more. A little more. Okay, well, she fired up. She doesn't like throttle though, so she's probably gonna need some jets cleaned out. No big deal. I literally just did the same exact project the other day, but we do have a runner. I might be able to do some adjustments over here and maybe get a little more of a smooth idle. Let's see if she'll fire back up. I gave it full throttle just to kill it. I'm going to fire it back up because if I ease into the throttle, it'll go to full throttle. But if I dump it, then it'll kill out. So the idle's a little bit high for sure. I'm gonna try and adjust that a little bit on the fly and see if we can get a good idling two-stroke on a Tuesday afternoon. Dude, my feet down here, take a peek. My feet down here are brick ice cold. Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna do maybe a half turn at a time. Half. For my final test, I'm gonna fire it up. I kind of adjusted some things over here, so hopefully she'll idle a little bit better. We're gonna make sure that she's peeing good again. These muffs are just terrible. I can get a good stream out if I hold them together, but they start to slip off after a little while. This thing has some torque, okay? So after that, I'm gonna see if I can get some full throttle action out of her, and then after that, I think we'll call it a day. Throw some tire shine on the old girl and go home. She's still idling a little bit high. I don't know if you can hear it coming across correctly, but All right. Let me see. I know I shouldn't fire it up. Hold on. I have it hooked up to just the fresh water port over there. I figure some water going through is better than nothing. I'll have to put this thing in the water, put it in a jug, or get a better muff setup or something, whatever. But you shouldn't dry fire, like you shouldn't fire your motor just off of the fresh water hookup over there. Okay, but I'm gonna do it just so we can get some full throttle, and then I'm just gonna kill it right after that, and then call it a day. Okay, I made some wrong adjustments, it seems. So we're gonna go the opposite direction. 1, 2, 1, 2. Then up top, 1, 2. And I'm talking about half turns. So let's go for that one more time. She does not like throttle. This thing's gonna need a carb clean ASAP. And then while I'm cleaning the carbs, I'll adjust all of everything. Dude, I'll adjust everything. All right, well, son, will she start? Yes. Will she run? Yes. At the beginning, I'm wondering if I can just open up all of these screws back to how it was at the beginning, if we can get some full throttle once more. Just shove as much fuel down the barrel. But, I mean, a little carb clean is going to help this thing out quite a bit. Tell you one thing, I'm ready to go home and get warm, brother. It is chilly. She's going to idle super high now. She will not pick up throttle at all. I can't even ease into it anymore. Hey, we got a little bit right there before she gave out. I got to rev it while I was squeezing the ball. So after I fix all those fuel lines, get a new housing for the fuel filter, literally fix everything, clean the carbs, I think we'll have a sweet runner. She does fire right up though, and that's music to, whoa! That's music to my ears. Perfect. Okay. Now we know. Now we got her running. Fantastic. Well, we got her running, and she fires up first crank, which is good. When I say we got her running, I'm referring to this was not turnkey. You could turn the key all you want, and it would not have fired up. There were some issues that we had to figure out along the way. The fuel filter housing just leaking fuel, so fuel wasn't making it to the carburetor. And then past that, the spark plugs were not tight, so we had to tighten those up. I don't know if taking them out and drying them up helped at all, But putting them back in, tightening things up, firing it up, and now we just know that this thing needs a carb clean. They all need a carb clean. You know what I mean? They all do. At this point, I'm just going to start cleaning carbs before I even try to fire it up. But nonetheless, I'm a little bit bummed that it wasn't as turnkey as I thought, but it's to be expected. This thing was probably laying down on its side for a few years. So we just got to bring her back up to her full potential. It's not going to take much. It's not going to take much. I'm going to pop these carbs off, bring them home, clean them up, come back tomorrow, put them on, and we should be golden. Hopefully, fingers crossed, as always. Man, I do appreciate you guys hanging out today. Just another day in the shop. A cold, chilly day. Chilly day in here. But I appreciate all you guys. Fun one, turning some wrenches, firing up a two-stroke. A lot of those days lately, and I'm cool with that. I'm here every day, so I hope to see you back here tomorrow. I'm not sure what we're going to get into, but it's going to be something fun. But yeah, dude, as always, appreciate you guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace. Straight up, my feet are ice. I got icicles hanging off the sides of my feet. Let's talk about the things that I did wrong in this video. I sprayed starting fluid in a two-stroke. You definitely shouldn't do that. You should spray mixed fuel because you need that lubrication in there. I fired up the motor with the water running through the freshwater port. You definitely shouldn't do that. I think water doesn't get all through everywhere just through the freshwater port, which I don't super understand because if I'm using the freshwater port to clean out my engine, I want it to get everywhere. You know? I want it to get all in there. So who knows? I've just been told for years you shouldn't do that. But I did it today. How about that? Also, today I learned that fuel connection fitting is the 3/8 and 5/16, whatever. It's referring to the barb for the fuel hose line, whatever. So we learned something today too. How about that? Had a good time regardless. Man, it's a little bit too cold to get out there and fish, for me at least. So I'm going to wait a couple days until it warms up. But we should be out there trying to break the curse here soon. So stick with me. Today I'm just finding, today, tomorrow, next day, I'm just going to be finding things to work on, honestly. Bring back to life a little bit. This thing is kind of going to be in the same situation as this one over here. Look at this poor little thing over here. Sad story for these two strokes, but I'm going to bring them all back to life. And I'm going to maybe make a sweet motor stand and have them looking sweet side by side next to each other. That'd be fun. And have them turnkey idling perfectly. I want both of these motors to be perfectly fine before I post them for sale or put them on a skiff, whatever. But yeah, a couple of days, it's cold, so I'm not sure what the next few days are going to look like. Might have to bring a couple space heaters in the shop and tinker around with some things. But regardless, I had fun today. One thing turned into another. All right, I thought I was going to hang this thing up, put some water to it, put some fuel to it, turn the key, and we would have been good. No such luck, but close. It's just little things. The fuel, whatever. At least we're not dealing with big issues like low compression, no spark, power head issues. You know what I'm saying? So this is still a stealio of a dealio for $900. So yeah, I'd actually love to get a skiff in the next couple of days with a center console ready to hook up a 40 and a 50. I would love to do a comparison, like take it out and get top speeds and, whole shot speeds, whatever, with the 40, and then do it with the 50. See if it's worth spending the extra money on the 50, or if it's close enough that you can get by with a 40. We'll see though. I'm tired, dude. It looks like it's midnight outside. It is 4:45. So I got to sit down and edit the video and then get it out there. Appreciate you guys. Another fun one in the books. See you tomorrow. Bye.